TGR News, broadcasting from the State of Israel.
Okay, welcome back to TGR News.
Welcome, welcome.
Shalom, shalom. Well, how you doing, Mama?
I'm doing good. We had a great video we did this week for them to see next week.
We had a fun time.
Well, we had a fun time.
And Getty.
Yep,
we had a great time.
We were where King David was hiding out.
And wrote most of, or some of at least, of the Book of Psalms.
That's right.
Yeah, it's a really interesting place, really beautiful place.
It was a great. I hadn't been there in since the 80s. So
I don't remember the last time I was there.
The last time was when Mama Force was with us.
Yeah, I just
and
so
Leela.
Long.
Remember?
So long.
She used
Leela,
to keep. She used to keep mongoloids to help them out.
Yeah, I remember. I think we've been there since then.
No, I haven't. You might have.
Okay.
Because you go with the schools, field trips, and you did stuff with the Army and.
Yeah. Okay. Well, we'll just get into it then.
Yes, it's time for the news.
Time for the news. A lot happened this week, and still happening. We'll start off with Gaza. We've had a short period of time here. I would say a few months, maybe longer than usual, of having it being quite quiet without them doing too much troubles and stuff. But they've picked up. They've picked up with their missiles and everything, and they're shooting them more and more often. So it looks like that's heating up that front again.
Always.
Yeah. So we're gonna have to keep an eye on that, see what's going on.
And Syria and Lebanon.
Yeah, that's always. Well, Syria, we'll get to that. There was a big thing that happened yesterday with Syria. Sunday night, a top general, that was actually the number 2, Mohammed Hajazi, had died of a heart attack. Now, this guy was in charge of a pretty big piece of the Iranian nuclear works that they were doing, and he died of a heart attack, but there's no one thinks it was us or anything, but it was another blow to them for making their nuclear plants up and running again, which is good.
Very good. We really need God's help to not have that going on.
Absolutely.
That nuclear situation in Iran.
Like I told, we were talking about it before, I don't think it's possible to stop them. It's only possible to slow them down.
Exactly.
One of these days, they're going to have a capable nuclear weapon to shoot over here, and what are they going to do with it? We don't know.
I know. And I've always thought they've had their timetable off,
Yeah.
Because the Arab countries, they're very secretive of what they really are doing.
Yeah, absolutely.
So,
just like all countries, we all don't want everyone to know what we're doing, right?
Exactly.
Yeah. Well, Bibi, to politics now. Bibi stated this week that pretty much, now he hasn't done it, but this is a statement he said, he's pretty much he lift his hands, he's not going to be able to make a coalition to make the government and be the prime minister. He says that Bennett is left with no choice because he won't be able to get 61 seats to make the coalition in the Knesset. And even worse than that, Bennett won't even give him a promise that he won't go to Lapid.
I know, it's so sad. It's so sad.
Yeah, it is. It's really bad. There's a lot more going on, and now we'll get into it. In the meantime, Bennett is still working with Lapid. This is not opinions. It's all public knowledge. He's going back and forth to Lapid, and he's told Lapid basically. He says, "I'll do it. I'll make a government with you." Now Lapid is left wing, right? And he said, "I'll make a government with you. We'll make a coalition as long as he only has two things that he wants. Number one, he wants to be first rotation for half a term as the prime minister, and number two, he wants Gideon Sar, that's with him. Gideon Sar is the guy who came out of the Likud. He wants Gideon Sar with him to be the minister of defense.
Yeah,
and if Lapid agrees to those two things." He will make a coalition with Lapid, with a left wing. Him and Sar together are the only supposedly right wing, but they're in the left parties now, so I don't call them right wing anymore.
No, they're going more to the wrong direction.
And they're only 13 seats out of 65, so it's not like they're trying to act like they're keeping it right wing. It doesn't work that way. It's math and it's democracy. It's a left wing coalition if they do it.
Yeah.
Bennett,
we don't need that right now.
Absolutely not. Bennett addressed the nation yesterday, actually, to give the usual politician excuses of why he's doing everything for us and everything, right? But he said some very interesting things and very worrying things. He said that Likud 30 seats. Now the 30 seats that's what the election gave. It's what the voters voted in.
That's what the people voted.
What the people voted in. That's how democracy works. The 30 seats that Likud got doesn't really impress him that much, and he thinks he doesn't make a coalition. He doesn't say that he's not going to make a coalition with Lapid because everything we just talked about. So I mean, when someone says that 30 seats, all those votes, the majority of the votes of Israel went to the Likud, and that doesn't mean anything to him.
Oh, that's so sad.
That's bad.
That tells the story.
Yeah, right there.
You can't trust him.
No, we used to.
Yeah.
That's why Daddy loved him so much. He used to be really good. But I don't think, my opinion, this is opinion. My opinion, I don't think he's any good anymore.
No.
Right.
Not to me, it's like he's turned to be a traitor.
Yeah, absolutely. He should. The fact that he doesn't even just make the promise to Bennett that he won't go with Lapid, that would stop Lapid from making a coalition and making a left-wing government, and then at least, it's horrible, but at least we go back to a fifth election and have a chance to do it again for a right-wing,
Yeah.
Oh, well. But Bennett, for the last couple of days, has been meeting with Lapid a lot and working out the kinks. That's also been on the news. And Bennett and Lapid are not hiding it. They're flat out talking about it. That
they're up front with it.
They're up front with it, and they're working out the kinks of how to make this coalition. As soon as Bibi, his chance of that 28 days, which is up in about 2 weeks, to make a coalition is up.
So we need to pray hard that something happens that it won't happen.
Yeah, absolutely. It's bad news. So right after Bennett addressed the nation, Bibi addressed the nation.
Yes.
About a half hour later. And he really laid into Bennett. He really did. He said it was Bennett who was causing the problems. Bennett who is making all these problems to make a right-wing government. Because Bennett says he's ready to make a right-wing government, but Bibi just can't do it. So Bibi decided, okay, well, if you want to say that out loud, he said, I'll put out what your deal is. He says Bibi says the reason he's not been able to move forward is because of Bennett, because Bennett is with 7 seats, which is a joke. It gave Benjamin Netanyahu ultimatum that the only way he'll join him and make this a right-wing coalition is if he lets him be the prime minister for a rotation. And that's crazy with 7 seats. That's just
hungry power.
This was Bibi's exact words. He says Bennett is spitting in the face of democracy. That was Bibi's exact words in his speech. Wow. Well, get off of that for a little bit.
Yeah. That's heavy stuff. Yeah. We need light stuff.
In Jerusalem, I don't know, there's not much light stuff here today, Mama.
I know. That's because of where we live.
Yeah, exactly. So in Jerusalem and in Tel Aviv, there's been a lot of riots lately the last few days. The Arabs have begun ganging up on Jews all over the place randomly and getting violent and everything. It's getting worse and worse and worse. It's been going on now for about 5 days, and it's getting
serious.
It's really starting to get serious. For example, last night around 9 o'clock it started in Jerusalem, and they finally stopped just a couple hours ago, 8 o'clock in the morning today. All the riots and everything. Now what's happening now is because the Arabs are doing it, so there's some Jewish groups who are going out and protesting and getting violent back.
Yeah. Right?
With the Arab guys and they ended up on the streets, pretty much like an old time gang fight, like you see, right?
Yeah.
But and then the police come out obviously and make all the arrests. Who do you think got arrested more? The Arabs or the Jews?
Probably the Jews.
The Jews. They arrested the Jews because we're always scared that we don't want to look bad to the rest of the world.
That's right.
Yeah, so they arrested all the Jewish guys and put them in jail for the night.
Yeah.
Or who knows for how long.
Yeah.
It's getting bad. We'll see what's going on with that.
Yep, it's not right.
Yeah, not right at all. Well, we got one more big thing to talk about.
All right.
One more big thing, and this is a really big thing. Syria, yesterday.
Oh, yeah,
they shot a missile. Now, it's a ground-to-air missile. It's not a ground-to-ground missile. It's a missile it's a Russian missile, actually. It's an SA-5 Russian missile, not a new missile, but a fairly old missile. Holds a pretty good-sized payload and can be shot for a couple hundred miles or a couple hundred kilometers. And anyway, so they shot a missile, one of these missiles, all the way down to Dimona, which is in the south of our country. They're in the northern border, and all the way down to the south in the Negev. They shot a missile right close to Dimona, and we know what's in Dimona, and that was just a test run. What I think is that was as a test run to see if they were testing to see if that missile could do the job they want done. Of course, we know who's doing it. It's not really Syria. It is Syria because it's coming from Syria, but it's Iran doing the,
Yeah.
It's got to be.
Well, you've got Iran and Russia in Syria there, and Russia has always been on Syria's side against Israel, so.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh, always. Yeah, so that's serious. That's a real serious
Very
thing.
serious.
It's a big missile. It's
It's dangerous.
Syria shooting missiles over crossing the entire country all the way down to the south. Yeah, that's
serious. It makes me think of a scripture where it says towards the end times that Damascus will be destroyed, never to rise again. And you hear and see things like this, and you go, "Whoa, we're getting close to that scripture."
Absolutely, yeah. Well, Israel's response to that was they flew over and they bombed and destroyed the launch pad that missile came from,
and
the missile launcher that came up, and others.
Yeah.
Yes, and others in the area. So, like you said, we're getting more
close,
and more,
closer and closer to some of the prophecies that we always thought was way in the future, but the future seems to be coming now.
All of a sudden, it's rapid fire coming quick.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. You got anything you want to talk about?
No, but you caught me off guard,
Okay.
Well, the weather's getting nice now.
Oh, beautiful weather.
Yeah. And so we're enjoying doing the videos for you.
Oh, absolutely.
And so I hope you're enjoying them.
Yeah.
And I think this last one we did that will come out next week, you'll really enjoy. Everybody needs to really get in on that one. I think they'll enjoy it at the end, Getty.
Yeah, at the end, Getty. Mama gets on my case a couple times.
I did not do such a
Well, it's on video. You watch it and you write your comment.
No, I'm just being sweet.
Okay. Well, don't forget to join us on thegoldenreport.com to see whatever's going on with us in the ministry. And until next week, bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Shabbat shalom.